Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. A friend of mine gave me this gigantic zucchini, fresh from his garden, and I was debating what I should do with it. Of course, I love my stuffed zucchini. I was going to make zucchini boats, but I already made stuffed zucchini in another episode. So I decided, why not make a zucchini soup? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm really excited to get started and of course try it in the end. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! I've cut off the tips of our garlic, removed the outer layer of the peel, and I'm adding some oil so that it seeps within. Wrap it in foil and pop it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes or until it's soft. We have 3.5 liters of water. If you've been tuning in, you'll know that I keep a soup stock bag in the freezer with a bunch of vegetable scraps. Not only does this avoid a great deal of waste, but you get some vitamins out of it. There are a variety of colors of veggie scraps in here. There are also onions, herb stems, etc. If you want to be more particular about which scraps you're using, feel free to do you. There isn't any turnip or rutabaga in here, FYI. If there was, for this soup I personally would rather remove that and add it to something like a butternut squash soup or carrot-based soup. So I've washed our large zucchini and I'm just going to chop it up into more reasonable chunks. Of course it's going to get blended up in the end. It's just going to make it more manageable. So cut off end here. We may not need this entire zucchini for this soup, but we'll save the rest for some other delicious dishes. Here we are. We have a 1/4 cup's worth of nutritional yeast for that umami flavor. And our roasted garlic is ready. We'll just add our nutritional yeast into the soup stock directly. We'll cook our stock covered for about an hour, bring it to a boil, and then reduce it to low. Add a good amount of freshly ground black pepper. And reduce your heat to low. So I have Shimmy here. He's going to help me or spot me while I strain the veggie stock into this other pot. Very carefully, of course. So here it goes. Yikes. Let's see how far that's come along. Yeah, that's enough for now. We'll take care of the rest of the broth and put it in another storage container of sorts or jar. We have some pine nuts here. We're gonna dry toast them and this will be for our garnish. So we'll get that ready to go. You just wanna get them brown. We have our sage leaves that I peeled off of a couple of stems. We're adding our earth balance in our pan, adding our sage leaves. Give them a little cook. We're going to get them a little bit brown to allow that beautiful aroma to come out. This will add a nice flavor to our soup. That should be good. I'm going to add in our roasted garlic into our pot here. Gently add in the zucchini. Woohoo. That should be enough actually. And we'll add in the sage along with the oil. Straight in. We have some thyme here. We're gonna add in, I'm gonna take the leaves off. So just pull down, strip our thyme stems. Add salt to your preference. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. Cover it, let all the flavors infuse. So this is an optional addition. We're gonna be using our whole silk next milk. This will give our soup a more creamy texture. Adding in a cup of our next milk. Remember to adjust the seasoning. What we're going to do is blend up our soup. Get our hand blender plugged in here. Of course, you want to make sure your hand blender is fully submerged to avoid splashing. I'm just gonna add a teaspoon of dried basil. We'll blend that up. Add some more black pepper. I'm gonna add a touch of sweetness using some maple syrup. Just about a tablespoon. You can taste test it and see if you want to add any more vinegar. And I'm gonna add a little bit of nutmeg here. A half a teaspoon. Just a touch more maple syrup. We'll ladle in our soup into this bowl. Ouch, it's hot. It has eyes. Anyway, there's our soup. We'll add our pine nuts. Oops. The pine nuts will add a nice flavor, even if they're stinking. We're gonna add some tomato chutney just for that little pop of flavor. I made this tomato chutney in last week's episode. So just a little bit in the mix. Feel free to add any garnish you wish. If you do end up making this soup a little bit thicker, you may have more success in getting that red sauce to top it off, so you have that nice contrast. Of course, you can use microgreens as a nice garnish as well. I thought the toasted pine nuts would be nice, whether or not they stayed on top, but definitely they'll stay on top if you make it thicker. All those beautiful flavors coming through. Gotta love those toasted pine nuts in the mix as well. So I'm really happy with the way this soup turned out. I hope you've enjoyed it. And remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's gonna be a new video popping up every Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern, so you don't wanna miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit.